What's going on, people? How you doing? My name is Dr. Sami Bayer. Please welcome back to my channel. The narcissistic silent treatment. The cruelty of the narcissistic silent treatment. Now, is the narcissistic silent treatment toxic? Narcissistic silent treatment, is it toxic? That is the title of today's episode. That's what we are focusing on in today's episode. Now, feeling included is crucial to the human experience. Humans must feel connected to each other to be happy. Even introverts who enjoy a large amount of independence, they need to feel connected to each other to be happy. So according to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the need to belong and feel accepted falls under the basic needs of food, water, and safety. In fact, this need can be so strong, it can override the need for food and safety. Psychologists consider the narcissistic silent treatment as a form of abuse. It's a popular form of mental torture used by narcissistic individuals, whereby they cut their victims off by not talking to them for extended periods of time, sometimes days or weeks, which keeps the victim in a constant state of fight or flight, during which they feel isolated and rejected, as well as physically sick. The body's physical reactions to this mental anguish are real. Headaches, stomach aches, and a general punched in the gut feeling are the most commonly reported symptoms. So, narcissistic silent treatment is done with malice. It is important to remember when you are at the receiving end of the narcissistic silent treatment to not take it personally. This is not the narcissist's first go round. They've been using the silent treatment to manipulate people long before you came along. However, knowing this doesn't really take away the pain when it's happening to you. When the narcissist ignores, shuns, and ostracizes you, it's more hostile and aggressive than if they'd verbally attacked you. In fact, narcissists give their significant others the silent treatment to intentionally inflict emotional distress. Even their own children. Narcissists will give their own children the silent treatment to just inflict emotional distress on them. So the narcissistic silent treatment slams the door on connection. It diminishes the relationship and manipulates the recipient into a place where their human emotional needs are shamed, ridiculed, and reduced. It is scheming and tactical. They want to send a very clear message to you. You do not exist. You are unworthy. You are not important. That is the message they want to send to you. Because this type of abuse is harder to specify, it can be harder to heal from. So when someone is ostracized, it affects the part of their brain called the anterior cingulate cortex. Silent treatments trigger what is called social pain in this part of their brain, which also detects actual physical pain, leaving just as many internal scars as if it were done to your body. But the narcissistic silent treatment is often more painful than actual physical pain. So if you try to recall physical pain, you might not remember much, but remembering emotional pain can actually stir up more negative feelings and pain than old physical pain. So thinking about emotional pain hurts more than thinking about physical pain. The depth of pain from the silent treatment depends upon the intensity of the narcissist ignoring. The pain detected by the brain then makes the victim feel lonely and rejected. It lowers self-esteem, and the victim thinks their life is unworthy. It causes great harm to the sentiments of the victim. This condition may even cause critical conditions and permanent damage to the victim's psyche. Narcissists use this fear to keep you in a perpetual cycle of anxiety, causing you to crave their return when they give you the silent treatment, knowing they can do whatever they please and you will take them back with little opposition. You might verbalize your dislike of their choice and explain how hurtful it is, but take away the words and the fact is that they insert themselves back into your life with barely a hitch. Narcissistic silent treatment is an aggressive measure of control and punishment for something you did, a sadistic form of timeout, ostracizing you as motivation for you to behave. It is the ultimate form of devaluation, causing you to feel voiceless, alone, dismissed, negated, as a person invisible. The detrimental holistic effects of the narcissistic silent treatment include emotional, since it is a form of social rejection. It provokes a mix of negative emotions, including frustration, intense anger, and eventually resignation and despair. Psychological effects of the silent treatment include low self-esteem, a sense of loss and not belonging, increased stress and loss of control. Behavioral, the other effect of narcissistic silent treatment is behavioral. The constant fear of receiving the silent treatment casts a shadow of uncertainty in your life. You begin to second guess yourself. Am I doing the right thing? Am I saying the right words? You try hard to avoid it, which teaches you to a person that is no longer you. Then the other effect is physical. Different levels of emotional stress often lead to physical symptoms and illnesses, such as high blood pressure, heart disease, cognitive decline, weight loss or gain, blood clots, and even certain types of cancer. So, let's look at examples of narcissistic silent treatment. You point out that something they did was unacceptable, for example, cheating and lying. And the narcissist leaves and stays gone for a week. Then comes back to your door as though nothing ever happened. The two of you exchange text messages regarding an important issue. The narcissist texts bye, and you don't hear from them again for 5 days. Or they say they'll come over, then never show up, nor explain their absence afterward. You sit down beside the narcissist to talk about something that's bothering you, and they proceed to read the newspaper. That's another form of narcissistic silent treatment. You ask the narcissist a question and they carry on as if they didn't hear you, even if you repeat the question a second or third time. So another example is the two of you get into an argument. The narcissist packs their suitcase and stays gone for a month with no attempt to contact you and ignores any texts you may send them. The other example of narcissistic silent treatment is that your beloved pet dies, and instead of being there for you emotionally, the narcissist reacts with cold indifference and perhaps even expresses disgust, accusing you of taking advantage of the situation to get a shred of emotion from them. So how do you handle this narcissistic silent treatment? When you love the narcissist, it's almost impossible to even think of ways you might stand up for yourself due to the threat of the narcissist disappearing again. But what many victims of narcissistic abuse confuse for love is really a manifestation of their fear of abandonment, which has been magnified by frequent silent treatments, as well as the devalue and discard faces carried out by the sadistic narcissist. As a result, they remain in a constant state of fight or flight, with no seeming choice but to suffer through panic attacks, loss of appetite, or binge eating, rapid heartbeat, sleep disturbances, mood swings, and horrible undying fear and obsessive thinking. So if someone in your life has used this form of emotional abuse to get you to comply with their demands, you should consider using the opportunity to initiate no contact. Do not reward this passive-aggressive abuse tactic, as it will lead to them doing it even more, since they derive a sense of satisfaction, if not guilty pleasure, at seeing the negative effect they can have on you. So when a narcissist uses the silent treatment against you, he or she is playing an emotional game of chicken with your mind. You will be tempted to reach out and speak fast. When you do, the narcissist will have considered your reconciliation action a form of flinching. In their game book, they win and you lose. Since narcissists don't experience emotions the same way most people do, it is much easier for them to keep their cool and not flinch or swerve in the emotional chicken game. So don't send pleading text messages or lengthy emails asking them to respond to you. From their perspective, it proves to them that they are highly important, even more important than you are to yourself. So do, however, be prepared if the narcissist tries to hoover you. You might erringly believe that they are trying to contact you because they miss you or because they are having second thoughts about the way they have treated you. But this is not the truth at all. The narcissist only reaches out after a bout of narcissistic silent treatment to see if you'll allow them to get away with their bad behavior. After a week or more of the silent treatment, many narcissists will absolutely test you to see if you're still willing to engage with them as if nothing happened. If there are no consequences or boundaries in place to stop them, a narcissist will do whatever suits their needs of the moment. In this case, this includes dropping in and out of your life whenever they get the urge. So, implementing no contact during the silent treatment in a relationship will put you back into a place of power, because when they prance back onto the scene, believing you'll fall to their feet, they'll encounter nothing but the sound of crickets. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for having subscribed to my YouTube channel. And if you've not subscribed yet, please spare a second or two and smash that subscribe button, alright? Hit the notification bell, scroll up and choose the all option. That is the only way you get notified each time I upload a new video. And don't forget to share this video as widely as possible to all those who may need it. Word has it out there that this YouTube channel, Dr. Sami Bai, is one of the best YouTube channels as far as narcissistic relationships is concerned. So please, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend about it. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Click on that like button if you like it. Again, subscribe. Knowledge is power, information is power. And learning is a superpower. I love you all to the moon and back. God bless you. Catch you later in the next video.